What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Back here again with my top 5 NFL games of the week. Let's get right in this first game. I got New England Patriots versus the Baltimore Ravens. Two 1-1 teams who had bad weeks last week. I think Baltimore takes this one. I definitely think they have the better team here. I think they're furious over the loss to the Philadelphia Eagles last week. And I just don't think the New England Patriots right now are playing up to par right now for what the New England Patriots should be. They were in the Super Bowl last year. I feel like they're playing a subpar game right now. They're not up to their normal standards, the New England Patriots standards. I don't believe. Tom Brady's not himself. Bill Belichick doesn't look like he's coaching as well. And yeah, it just doesn't seem like the New England Patriots that I've grown watching these last about 10 years. So I really honestly think Baltimore's going to win this game. I think Joe Flacco is going to try to outduel Tom Brady. I think he wants to prove he's elite. What better way to do it than prove it against the best quarterback in the game today, at least in my opinion, who is Tom Brady. I think Ray Rice is going to have a monster game on the ground. And I just see Baltimore pulling away and winning probably by double digits on Sunday Night Football. The next game, we got the Atlanta Falcons versus the San Diego Chargers. Two teams that are starting 2-0. I think the Falcons just have a high-powered offense. It's going to be hard for any team to keep up with, and that includes San Diego. I think the Falcons get the win here. I think Matt Ryan continues to play phenomenal. He's got Roddy White and Julio Jones. Julio Jones caught 3 passes for 14 yards last week against the Denver Broncos, and they still scored 27 points. Just think if he went off that game, they could have scored 30 to 40. They have a really high-powered offense. They have 2 of the best wide receivers in the league. They've got a great young quarterback. They're going to be good for a long time, and I honestly think they're going to pick up the win here against the San Diego Chargers and go 3-0. Philadelphia Eagles 2-0 versus the Arizona Cardinals, who are also 2-0. Come on, guys. I don't think it saddens me to say that the Arizona Cardinals are going to lose eventually. It's just going to happen. There's no Cinderella story or anything. They're just going to lose, and they're going to lose this week to the Eagles. If you watch my last top 5 games, I predicted Philadelphia Eagles were going to beat the Baltimore Ravens in a nail-biter, and that is exactly what happened. In fact, I was 5-0 last week. I'm hoping to continue to go 5-0 this week. If I would have picked Arizona last week against New England, if that would have been one of my top 5 games, I would have lost. So this week I'm putting them in there. I'm giving them a chance to upset me. I don't think it's going to happen. I think Philadelphia is finally going to get a win on Arizona. I think Mike Vick, as long as Mike Vick doesn't get hit 700 times in the game. It seems like every time Mike Vick gets hit, he's going to have a major season-ending injury. Honestly, I feel like he's going to have a major injury that's going to require some major surgery for him because his offensive line doesn't block for him. It seems like he is hitting the turf every play. At least in the Baltimore Ravens game, that's what it looked like. And it looks like, he looks worse than Jay Cutler out there. He looks like he gets hit more than Jay Cutler. Jay Cutler's just a much more suckier quarterback. He's got to suck to be a Bears fan. I'm just throwing that out there. But I see Michael Vick having a pretty big game if he doesn't get hurt, like I said. LaShawn McCoy is probably going to run all over that Arizona Cardinals offense, which LaShawn McCoy would run all over most anybody's, I should say defense. LaShawn McCoy would run over most anyone's defense. Even if you have a major defense like the Ravens, he still had a pretty good game against the Ravens. And I just see them pulling this out easily. Honestly, I don't get how the Arizona Cardinals are even 2-0. I don't get how they even score points with Kevin Cobb, the quarterback, and who's the other guy, just Skelter or whatever the fuck his name is. I don't see it. And I see Philadelphia winning this game. And I've talked a lot about this game, so let's move on to the next one. The next game is going to be the Houston Texans versus the Denver Broncos. I didn't have my sheet up. I should have looked at that. Yes, the Houston Texans versus the Denver Broncos. The Houston Texans defense is just stout, man. Probably the best in the National Football League right now. I see them getting a win over Peyton in Denver. I honestly see them containing Peyton Manning enough to where they'll put up enough points to win this game. Even though they're on the road, even though Peyton's playing a mile high here, I think that the Houston Texans are going to pull out a victory, go to 3-0. I think they're one of the best teams in the NFL right now. I think they could easily be playing for the Super Bowl come February. And yeah, it's like their team. Matt Schaub is at least probably an above adequate quarterback. Arian Foster is one of the best halfbacks in the league. Andre Johnson is still one of the best receivers in the league. I think he's going to want to prove that this game against Champ Bailey. I'm excited to see that matchup. I think Andre Johnson has a monster game this week to prove that he's still one of the elite wide receivers. And I just see it falling Houston's way this week. And then the last game, Green Bay Packers versus the Seattle Seahawks. You can safely say this week I'm on the Russell Wilson bandwagon. It's Monday Night Football. It's in Seattle, which means they're going to have the 12th man going for them. It's on their home turf. I see the Seahawks pulling off a major upset against Green Bay here. Green Bay, same thing with New England. I just don't see Green Bay playing as their same self. They don't look as good as they have looked these past couple of years. I don't know what's wrong necessarily. I mean, I just don't see them playing the same. They had a good game last week against Chicago. Their defense definitely played a great game, but I see them losing here to the Seattle Seahawks. I honestly do. It would be a great story. It would be a great story if Russell Wilson went out there and he outdueled Aaron Rodgers on Monday Night Football and the Seahawks won. The crowd would go crazy nuts for that. That's my top 5 major games this week in the NFL. Comment, like, subscribe. Tell me what you guys think about these picks. Tell me what games you guys are most excited for. I don't care. You do whatever you want with this video. Show it to your mom and pops if you really want to. Your mother and father would probably love to see me talk about football. Until that, I should be back next with UFC 152 preview. Until that, I've been Trevor Scheer. This has been the top 5 NFL games. Thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it.